Hi, Dr. Frankie Bashan here. Thanks for joining me week after week, month after month, year after year. I'll keep showing up, and as long as you all keep showing up and letting me know what you want to hear more about, anything I haven't covered that you're curious about will give me the opportunity to research and learn more, or even learn for the first time about something. So if you're interested in figuring out how to grow emotionally, how to better tolerate your feelings, your emotions, how to engage more deeply in your relationships, new relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, family relationships, and so on, this is the place to come. If you want to have more sex, you want to explore more, you want to kind of demystify or destigmatize different aspects of information, thoughts that you've had, or information you've received over the years that have caused confusion, this is the place to come. I'm a board certified sex therapist. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I'm also the CEO and founder of Little Gay Book. It's an LGBTQ plus matchmaking firm based in the United States that's national, and we support people in finding love, in building healthy relationships, and breaking patterns of behavior that keep bringing them back to the same place again and again and again, having to start over. That's not the idea. That's not the way to success, right? It's like when you've realized that you've made some mistakes, learn from them, learn better tools and skills so that you can move forward more successfully. Take all of that information, the good, the bad, the ugly from those relationships, and utilize them in future relationships. Because what we're doing here in this thing called life, most importantly, is about having relationships, finding quality relationships, investing in them, building them up, supporting them, and the most important piece is supporting ourselves first so that we can show up in relationships fully. So with all that said, if you haven't subscribed and this resonates for you, hit the bell below, hit all notifications. You'll find out immediately when one of my videos drop. Every week I'm here with you and covering all topics related to relationships, communication, intimacy, sex, all that, all the things that matter most. And for those of you who have been following me, thank you, thank you, thank you. Could not be doing any of this without you. So grateful for you all. So today I'm going to talk about why so many people fantasize about threesomes, even if they'd never do it. If you're reading this, you've likely fantasized about having a threesome before. It's one of the most common sexual fantasies in the United States, with 95% of men and 87% of women reporting that they had fantasized about sex with multiple partners. Why is this particular fantasy so gripping for so many people? And why might you or your partner be into it? A desire for safe novelty. For many of us in long-term relationships, novelty is a major driving force behind our sexual fantasies. It's neutral for the human mind to seek out new, different, and exciting stimulation. And when we're in a long-term relationship, the idea of sexual novelty with a new person can be incredibly titillating. Sometimes this desire for novelty has us fantasizing about cheating or even doing it in real life. We might also be led to develop crushes outside of our marriages or relationship. These can often be harmless, but may make us feel guilty or our partners insecure. The fantasy of a threesome that you and your partner are both into within the fantasy is a way to engage with the interest in having sex with someone who isn't your partner that feels safe and doesn't endanger your primary relationship. A sense of taboo. What unites all of the most common sexual fantasies is the thrill of doing something or wanting something you shouldn't. Whether that's a teacher-student role play or having sex in semi-public, if you frequently get off on breaking rules or doing what feels taboo, a threesome might appeal because it feels outside the bounds of normative, societally approved sexuality. Whether it's bringing home a hot stranger from the bar for a wild night together or opening up your relationship to include a friend, even if only for a night, fantasizing about a threesome is often really a fantasy about stepping outside the lines of your life and your relationship as it is to explore bending or breaking the rules. A desire to explore same-sex attraction. Especially for people in mixed-gender couples, the fantasy of a threesome is in part of a fantasy about having a sexual experience with someone of the same gender. If you're bisexual but haven't had a lot of same-sex experience and are in a long-term relationship with someone of a different gender, a threesome can feel like a safe, approachable way to have some of that experience without risking the stability and security of the primary relationship you're in. Even if it's just a fantasy of a threesome, exploring the idea of being with someone of the same sex along with your partner can be a way of engaging with the idea in an approachable way. Imagining yourself trying out an exciting but potentially daunting new experience with the presence and support of someone you love and trust. A kink for voyeurism or exhibitionism. When you're in the midst of things with your partner, you don't really have a vantage point on what's going on. You're focused on feeling and enjoying everything, but you're usually up too close to see anything. For someone with a kink for exhibitionism, which is having others watch them be sexual, or voyeurism, which is watching others be sexual, part of the appeal of a fantasy about threesomes may be a fantasy about your partner or third being able to watch you being sexual with someone else, or you being able to watch them. When you imagine having a threesome and let yourself dwell on it as a fantasy experience, what stands out most to you? Are you focused on the overall idea of what you're doing, on a specific type of third partner who fulfills a fantasy for you, or the sensory experiences of being with the two people at once? Or are you thinking more about the visuals of the scene and the exciting feeling of having a third person in the room with their eyes on you? If it's the latter, it may be that this is an exciting fantasy for you in part because of the elements of watching and being watched. An interest in exploring non-monogamy. For many couples, fantasizing about adding a third to their bed is one of the first steps to thinking about what it might look like to add others to your romantic and sexual life overall. Although not everyone who has threesomes identifies as non-monogamous, and many people who have threesomes go on to have completely monogamous relationships in every other respect. Having sex with someone outside your relationship runs inherently counter to monogamy. That said, our culture doesn't offer a lot of models or examples of non-monogamy to draw from. And in contrast, threesomes are a fairly ubiquitous part of our broader cultural sexual imagination. If you're interested in ideas around non-monogamy or even cucking, and the thought of your relationship being expanded beyond its current borders is in a way compelling to you, fantasizing about a threesome may be a way to explore some of those desires. I encourage you to explore, be open, be curious. It's all beautiful. So whatever it is that is pulling you towards it, lean in and learn more and take some risk and have fun. Life's short, folks. It goes real fast. I know it feels really long, but there's a lot to experience. Kisses, hugs. Thank you for being here with me. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.